EMPOLEON is almost here. In this video, we're going to talk about all the moves, so we are ready for either playing EMPOLEON, or also again, very important if you queue up ranked and you play against EMPOLEON on the enemy team to see what it actually does, so you know how to play against it, right? Also, just very quickly, I'm currently sponsored by CrisHeroes, and you guys can support me for free with 2 clicks. Click the link in the description, click free download, and you will instantly support my content. Sadly, again, I have no access to the test server anymore, as the test server is pretty much gone. Only certain Japanese players have access to it. So we're going to watch this video right here with all the moves and the showcase of it, and then just talk about it, right? Makes the most sense. Yeah, again, sadly, test server is gone. So EMPOLEON, melee, all-rounder, and I mean, it's going to feel really like an all-rounder, right? Definitely does. And it has some stuns, some good range as well, and a lot of damage around it. So let's get into it. Here's some of the stats. Level 5 at Wolves and level 7. So, I mean, that's a pretty good curve, I guess, for a starter Pokemon. And then we start with the passive. We have a Torrent. When the Pokemon deals damage to opposing Pokemon, or when a set amount of time passes, the Torrent gauge increases under the HP bar. You can see it already there. If a move is used when the Torrent gauge exceeds a certain amount, the Torrent gauge is consumed, and the move becomes boosted. If the Pokemon's HP is below a certain percentage, the amount of the Torrent gauge increases is greater. So very simple. You can see the bar under its HP bar, and we have 2 times. So we have the half point and the max point, which pretty much we can just have 2 stacks of it. If you reach half point, you can already use it and empower one of your moves. So very cool. And also similar to other, I guess, starter Pokemon, it has something when it's under a certain amount of HP for it to increase even faster. I know it increases pretty slow. Increases with damage. You can see that HP is pretty low right now, and the gauge increases much faster. Might allow you to just stick around and fight a bit and empower some of your moves. Then first, we have Hydro Cannon. I don't know this. I don't know why they start with the level 7 move first, but sure. Hydro Cannon has the user launch a watery blast in a designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon. It hits and leaving them unable to act. When this move is boosted by a torrent, a whirlpool appears and deals damage over time. The user also recovers HP when in contact with the whirlpool. This move seems pretty strong. First, we have a stun. We have range on it, so we can go from further away. And then we also have a self-heal. So the Hydro Cannon already seems very, very strong. It has a lot of in it. You can see right here it creates the whirlpool, but of course only if it's boosted by the gauge. And you can see right here it heals. Look how much it heals. This thing is going to be insane. Also, before I want to mention something else. Wait, I must make sure you don't guys go and get flashbanged. He already got buffed. EMPOLEON was already buffed on almost every single ability. I saw a post somewhere, and pretty much everything about EMPOLEON was buffed. So be ready for this Pokemon to be potentially very, very strong. Also, it's going to be for free. So it's going to be a dice event, you know? So you got to roll the die again. And that's how you unlock EMPOLEON. So for me, it's bad because I have to spend more money. For you guys, it's great because you get him for free, I guess, at some point, right? Don't have to spend coins or anything. Alright, then we have Metaclaw on level 5. Has the user charge in a designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon with the Wings of Steel and shoving them. When this move is boosted by Torrent, the user receives a shield. Also, this seems pretty good. Also, just another CC, though. Very kind of worrying. You can see right here. Designate direction. Oh, wait, is it point and click? It looks point and click, right? It looks point and click to me. Yep, it's point and click. Point and click. I mean, the stun is not the most insane one, but also giving a shield. So this build right here, Hydro Cannon, Metaclaw, has crazy sustain. Kind of reminds me a bit of maybe Serena as well. With you play Stomp and Dropkick, you have a lot of heals from Stomp, you have a lot of shields from Dropkick. Feels kind of similar, right? Metaclaw, you get a shield. But I do think we probably always empower our Hydro Cannon. I don't see any reason to just not, you know, empower Hydro Cannon. It does so much damage. It heals you as well. Just makes the most sense, I would say, to empower Hydro Cannon. So yeah. Alright. Next up, we have Whirlpool. As user, create a violent, swirling Whirlpool. Like, just very important again, a violent Whirlpool around itself, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon it hits and restoring the user's HP. When this move is boosted by Torrent, the amount of damage dealt and HP restore are increased, and the move also throws opposing Pokemon before ending with a slash. I'm already kind of worried because this Pokemon is low CC, but maybe they're not too long. So right here, you can see some of the healing, and then when it's over the half mark, okay, it builds it up, yep. We base it up. I want to see the shove right here. Bait up. The heal is also pretty good, right? Let me see. Let me just pause there when the heal happens. Yeah, it's a good enough heal. And it also knocks up a bit. You can see the knock up right here. Bop. Knocks it up onto the opponents. And the heal, of course, is also much empowered by the... It's very important to play around your gauge. Very, very important. And then we have Aqua Jet for the last move before the Unite move. Level 5 as well. Has user lunge at blinding speed in designated direction, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon it hits, and increasing the user's basic attack speed for a short time. When this move is boosted by turn, it decreases special defense of Pokemon from the opposing team. I mean, it's kind of similar to other Pokemon where you have one point and click. I mean, it's kind of similar to Paw Mod, right? This one is like Mech Punch, where you just have a dash anywhere. And then the other one is like Void Switch, where you just point and click someone. So again, 2 moves on level 5. One is point and click, and one is a skill shot. That's gonna be quite interesting. I'm not sure, I don't really see any crazy synergies yet. To me, it looks like you just pick the 2 best moves on this Pokemon, right? Because there's no clear synergy between them. So, I mean, the attack speed is pretty nice. You can also try an attack speed bit, of course. Sounds pretty fun. And reducing special defense. But so far, again, I think you can just play any move together, right? I think I'm pretty much, you just pick the, you will just pick the 2 best moves available. Right? If Aqua Jet is better than Metaclaw, you will pick Aqua Jet. If Metaclaw is better than Aqua Jet, you will pick Metaclaw. And this is the same for the other moves. Hydro, Cannon, and Whirlpool. You just pick whichever one is better. And now we come to the Unite move, which is very cool. Promise, you can see it's another stun. But, okay, sure. You know, Pokemon, I guess, need to have some stuns, I guess. Has the user slide at high speed in the designated direction and form a Whirlpool on impact, dealing damage to opposing Pokemon it hits and throwing them. The Whirlpool remains centered on the user for a short time, applying a slowing effect to opposing Pokemon. While the Whirlpool remains, the amount of turret gauge increases is greater. I mean, that move is pretty cool. Just long range engage. And bop, dashes into you. And it creates this Whirlpool as well around you. And yeah, applying a slowing effect. Doesn't do damage. It's going to be a bit confusing. But yeah, the gauge also builds up very fast. Of course, you always want to start probably a team fight with its Unite move. And then build up your stuff and just spam your moves. But again, we oppose, I think we want to empower again Hydro Cannon as much as possible. Here's some showcase, but 1 second, let me look at some other gameplay too. As I mentioned, Japanese players have access to the test server still, or have access to playing the new Pokemon. Here we're looking at TonGG, but he's playing against bots, just so you know. So he's not even playing against real players either. I was going to see a bit, you know, the damage against maybe white Pokemon as well. So he's playing the Whirlpool Metaclaw build. And again, yeah, I just think also, it's interesting, he's special attack, by the way. Of course, I never mentioned this in this video, but he's a special attack Pokemon. So, you know, gonna run Spoon, maybe a Drive Lens, of course, maybe Shell Bell probably is gonna be pretty good, right? So, just, yeah, good special attack items, of course. I will probably try Shell Bell for sure with this, but still might also run a Muscle Band. I mean, if you run Aqua Jet, you might just run a Muscle Band, because you're gonna have, of course, a lot of attack speed, right? So Muscle Band will always be value, even for laning phase. But yeah, it's interesting, right? It looks like a Pokemon that would be great for Razor Claw, would be great for weakness policy and stuff, but your special attack. So, gotta play around special attack items. Of course, your basic attacks do physical damage too, by the looks of it. Yeah, he's running Muscle Band, actually. You can see he's running Muscle Band because he's having a bit of red damage as well on enemies, so you can tell he's running Muscle Band. So I assume he's running a Spoon, Drive Lens, Muscle Band, something I would probably also run on my first try on this Pokemon. Seems very reasonable. And I mean, he looks pretty tanky. These are bots that are not too weak. So these are like the normal bots you play against in ranked. That don't have, you know, less stats or something. Or he looks quite strong. What I don't like is that you have to stand still for Whirlpool. That seems a bit annoying, not gonna lie. That you have to stand still for it. But yeah, I always wish I want them to make smooth feeling Pokemon that don't feel too clunky, where you have to stand still after casting a move every single time. So, let me look at the Unite move cooldown maybe a bit. Seems normal. Let's go right here. Metaclaw and Power, the sheet is pretty good. Kind of, I mean, gives me similar Serena vibes as well. With this build, I assume you power up your Metaclaw the most. If you play Hydro Cannon, I assume you build up your Hydro Cannon the most. But with this build right here, it seems that using Metal Claw, just similar to Serena, where you use Drop Kick a lot, just for the shields, is pretty high value by the looks of it. You go in, there's the Metal Claw, there's a big Whirlpool, Unite moves in, bop, and Metal Claw's already up again. Another Whirlpool that stuns now. But I mean, I guess you lose the stun of Whirlpool. Well, it does seem like the gauge fills up pretty fast. So, you know, it doesn't seem that big of a struggle to fill it up and to get those empowered attacks out. So yeah, you have to decide, of course, which one you want to power up in which scenarios, which is always fun to have a bit more thinking, I feel like sometimes. If you're full, you can, of course, just spam both abilities and just hope for the best. But I think it makes it a bit more entertaining to have a bit more decision-making on... That's why I like Serena so much as well. Because I feel like you have to make so many decisions on when you want to use your moves, and not just mindlessly press your buttons. Which, I mean, in the end, you might as well with this as well, so who knows. Metal Claw's pretty good range. But if you go Metal Claw, you have no escape really, right? So once you jump in, there's no way of getting out, compared to Aqua Jet. But I do like the shield. I mean, the shield looks massive. Could even try special specs, right? I mean, he can definitely run special specs. And make the shield even bigger, I assume, with more special attack. It could also be just similar to Serena. You stack attack weight, you get a bigger shield, and you just become so difficult to KO. Similar, I think, of course, to this one. So if you lane... I don't know how good his laning phase will be. Actually, I may see early game a bit. Because we haven't really seen the moves much. So, I mean, he's jungling, right? I mean, it does seem like a jungler as well, of course. So, he's running Massive Band, yeah. I mean, I would literally run this as well. Funny enough, Piplup also early game is arranged. Makes sense. Very cute. So then look at the damage. I mean, that's good damage on Water Gun. You're just going to combine both moves and try to go for last hits. But yeah, of course, I'm going to see how good he will be when it comes to, you know, laning phase. It's always very important to know, because some Pokemon are so bad with it. Like, they rely on a XP share Pokemon in lane, or you pretty much cannot play it. I just saw 1.3k special attack. Oh my god, the crit damage. The 1.3k special attack crit. So he does have baseline crit rate as well. That's very scary. Oh, I mean, I'm not surprised, right? Around, of course, have some crit. Baseline, most of them. Oh, big Unite. I mean, I could see whiffing Unite on this a good... How much range does it actually have, though? I'm not even sure how much range it has. Is it just... Okay, this much range. It ends right here. Okay. I mean, it could be pretty easy to miss, not gonna lie. So, that's gonna be funny. Definitely. So in this video, we sadly only see this moveset. We don't see anything else, but I just wanted to showcase some more gameplay as well. Because I'm excited for EMPOLEON. It's definitely... It gives me Serena, Blaziken, Azumarill vibes, and if you guys know, those are some of my favorite Pokemon to play. Absolutely love these melee bruisers that have a lot of sustain, a lot of shields. Love playing them. And EMPOLEON seems to be, you know, in the same ballpark. So, very excited for EMPOLEON on Friday. Again, Friday today is Wednesday. Also, this video will be coming out on Friday. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you're excited for EMPOLEON and what you think about it. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.